Welcome to the Cannes Film Club for Movies in Review. Today we'll be reviewing the 2016 film Moana. The film follows Moana, a girl that adventures off her people's island to save her people by returning a relic to the goddess Te Fiti. Along the way, she meets the mighty demigod Maui, encounters the giant crab Tamatoa, and discovers the true history of her people as a seafaring nation. Part of the themes that make this movie great is that she is always seeking to understand first. On her adventure, Moana has to understand and learn the history of her people. Maui has to put aside his own selfish pursuits to be a better hero, and they both have to understand that the monster Te Ka is not so monstrous. Moana's father also has to understand Moana to bring their family together at the end of the movie. It's a reminder that we get more accomplished if we take the time to understand the lives of the people around us. What do you think? Oh, I love the music, and the chicken is really funny. I give it 2 thumbs up. You don't even have thumbs. Well, I still like it. Oh, what about the rich themes of answering the call to adventure and learning about things that you don't understand? But I like to sing the songs, and the chicken is funny. Well, that's great too. I do like to sing the songs. Well, until next time, let's journey on.
Battery.
Full charge.
Signal.
Strong and broadcasting.
Compass.
Set for adventure.
All right, let's journey on.
Hello, I'm very happy to see you. This is Journey On, and my name is Andy McGuire. Today, we're going to go on an adventure with the Tin Pan Knights, do some singing with Allison and her friends, and we have an activity from the George Daly Youth Theater for you to try at home with your family. But before we head off to the Tin Pan Kingdom, that's right, we've got to get some magic first. So, for today's magic formula, we need your favorite color. Go ahead, shout them out. Pink, yellow, blue, chartreuse, very adventurous, okay, green, all right, we're going to go with pink. We'll use pink as our favorite color today. So pink, 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 all right, got to keep it in my head. Next, we need the name of your favorite pet. Pepper, Bitsy, Potato, Buddy, Shoebox. All right, that's awesome. We're going to go with Shoebox. So pink, Shoebox, and now finally, we need your favorite flavor of cake. All right, so we got chocolate, carrot, vanilla, upside down cake. You know, we're just gonna go with a classic chocolate. All right, so pink, shoebox, chocolate. All right, yep, you're right. We've got to collect all the magic first. So get your magic collectors ready, and we're going to gather it from above us. We're going to gather it from below us. And we're going to gather it from the side. We're going to gather it from the other side, and we're going to hold it tight. Don't let it move around. And we're going to whisper our magic formula into our magic, and it will whisk us away to the Tin Pan Kingdom. Pink, shoebox, chocolate.
This is a story about the Tin Pan Knights. A story about a kingdom without a king, where our heroes were forced to save themselves from new dangers that threatened their land. A story where monsters could be friendly and friends could be monstrous. A story where amazing tales are in every room of your home. This is a story about you. The next piece of the story was filmed with the George Daly Digital Theater Camps and is meant to be acted out, so please stand up and journey on with us. In this episode, we will be featuring Jules, wielding the Jade Songbird and the boots of Quick Feet. Harper, sporting an enchanted chest piece that calls his sword with a triple tap to the chest. And last, but certainly not least, Nevada, the flashiest and most confident of all The Tin Pan Knights. The Tin Pan Knights have been dispatched to the village of Monarch Mariposa to explore reports of living scarecrows scaring the citizens. As they enter the city, Jules quickly heads into the pet shop, checking for scarecrows. She creeps to the back door, but it's locked. She attempts to break down the door timidly with a resounding brrrong. The sword fell flat against the door. It was still locked. She decided to try a second time. Brrrong. Still no go. Meanwhile, Harper and Nevada end up searching a candy shop. They walk in to the shop and head towards the back room to find a pyramid of gumdrops. Just then, a scarecrow, 7 feet tall, erupts from the pyramid of gumdrops, screams at our heroes, and then runs away. Jules, a little defeated, leaves the pet shop the way she came in. She walks into the town square, where she finds a staircase and goes down, down, down. She hears a scream. Someone's in trouble. Jules runs faster and faster until she's staring at a brick wall, the scream coming from the other side. Jules knows exactly what she needs to do. She pulls out the jade songbird and swings it at the brick wall, and the sword begins to sing, and the wall crumbles before her, emptying into a dark sewer tunnel, dark as night, except for the fact that there are no stars. Up on the surface, Nevada and Harper are chasing the Scarecrow. Nevada first tries to use his great leap cape to catch up, but ends up soaring over it, leaving it behind. He has to catch up on foot, and ends up running too cool, and finds that Harper beats him to the punch. Harper, when deciding to go, moved with a much cooler head and was a little more practical, used his phase shift helmet to phase through the buildings and get ahead of the Scarecrows. Without coordinating, Nevada and Harper run into each other. While they land to the ground, the Scarecrow, not knowing anything that was going on, trips and falls onto the pile, tangling everyone up. In the meantime, Jules uses her quick feet boots to search the tunnel for the screaming person. Suddenly, she trips, lands in the water, inches away from a crocodile. It screams, and Jules thinks, oh, that sounds like the scream I heard earlier. Then she feels really scared because ever since her encounter with the crocodile in the Chocolate River, Jules has gotten a case of crocodile phobia. She leaps up and runs until she sees a ladder, climbs, and finds herself facing a large field. Nevada and Harper slowly pull themselves off the ground. It does hurt to have a 7-foot-tall Scarecrow fall on you. When they get up, they see the Scarecrow huddled into a ball, as though it was scared.
What can we do to help?
Oh, we didn't know what to do, quivered the Scarecrow. Nevada, thinking fast, uses his great leap cape to jump well up into the air and sees Jules in a nearby field. So Harper and Nevada meet up with Jules in the field. They give the Scarecrow some help finding the field, and to repay them, the Scarecrows gift the trio a helping horn and a scroll. If they blow the horn, the Scarecrows will come to help. They don't really like to fight, but they're really good at keeping an eye on things. And as the trio reads the scroll, they find that it is an order from the king. It says, "I hereby declare that the Scarecrows will go..." But the sentence was never finished. If the king's order was never finished, there was only one thing to do. They had to get out to see the king and figure out why the Scarecrows were never given any orders. They gave a friendly wave to the Scarecrows and moved off on their next adventure.
And if it goes away at night, then where does it go? Oh, hey there! What are you doing up so early? What am I doing up this late? Well, I'm not sure if it makes sense, but once it started to get dark, I started wondering where the sun goes at night. And I wondered and I wondered and I wondered until it got to be very late, and then suddenly it dawned on me. No? Well, I guess the joke's all about the delivery, huh? That actually reminds me about something that happened to my friends the other day. They were all excited because they were going to take a trip to the sun together. No, really, no joke. A trip to the sun. And they thought maybe they could all sing a song about the sun together. And my friend Michelle got really excited and said that her family knew the perfect song. And so did my friend Chelsea and my friend Beth. So they all got ready to sing. They opened their mouths, took a deep breath, and Chelsea and her family started to sing, "The sun'll come out tomorrow, bet your bottom dollar." But Beth and her family were walking on sunshine. Whoa! And then it sounded like a mess. "The sun'll come out walking on sunshine tomorrow. Whoa!" And it wasn't even the song that Michelle was thinking of. Turns out there's a lot of songs about the sun. Maybe you know the one that goes, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray." That's one of my favorites. But once everyone realized they were all singing different songs, they thought that maybe they should stop and listen to what Michelle's song sounded like first. She taught the song to them, and now they're going to teach it to you.
Yonder come day, days are breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Yonder come day, days are breaking. Sun is arising in my soul.
Yonder come day, days are breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Yonder come day, days are breaking. Sun is rising in my soul.
Yonder come day, days are breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Yonder come day, days are breaking. Sun is arising in my soul. Then, once everyone knew the song's melody, Beth and Chelsea were ready to add their own ideas. But this time, they knew what Michelle's family was singing, and so all the parts of the song fit together. First, they added in a beat like a bass guitar for Beth's family.
Yonder, 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 yonder. Yonder, 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 oh my soul. Yonder, yonder, sun is rising in my soul.
Then they added a pretty descant to sound like a flute on top for Chelsea's family. Sunrise, oh yonder, sunrise, sun is a-rising in my soul. And then they were all singing the same song with different voices and different parts that made a beautiful harmony. One song, 3 different voices.
Yonder, 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 oh my soul. Yonder, yonder, sun is rising in my soul.
All right, next, folks, we're going to do something a little bit different. What we're going to do is go through one of the activities that we use at the youth theater all the time when we're getting prepared for a play or a theater camp exercise or a showcase at the end of the week. But one of the things that we do, and it's really in the vein of our theme this whole episode, is seek first to understand, then to be understood. And one of our favorite activities to do for that is called the mirror game.
And it's a little bit silly because this is actually a game where you don't say a word, you don't speak at all, but it's a game about learning to understand people before you blurt out your ideas. So the way that it works is one person is the leader and one person is the mirror. And the person who is the mirror is going to watch the leader very, very carefully to try to mirror their exact movements. So the way to do this effectively is not to lock eye contact and stare into the other person's soul. You want to keep a soft focus. You want to be able to look at the person's whole body so you can take in what movements they're doing and try to trick anyone who's watching you who's the leader and who's the mirror. And then when you've gone through one round, you could switch. Now when we are listening, it's not just about hearing the words that people say. It's also about watching their body language. If someone was standing like this with their brow furrowed and their arms crossed and they're all squared off, how do you think that person is feeling? They might be feeling kind of mad. And if a person is standing a little bit closed off, all up in their turtle shell, and they bring their arms and their fists into a ball, and they close their eyes, how do you think that person might be feeling? Might be feeling a little sad, a little pouty. And if a person is really listening to another person, they're going to be making some amount of eye contact. Maybe they might nod a little bit that they understand what you're saying. They're giving you some physical cues that they're listening. And maybe they're asking you some questions about what it is that you're saying. And maybe they're mimicking your facial expression. Maybe if you are telling a happy story, they're smiling with you.
So the real key as you're going through this is that your eyes can focus in two different ways. You have your focus that you have something in front of you. I call this your hard focus. It's something where you are looking straight at something and you can see everything about that singular thing. But then we have what Allison mentioned is your soft focus. And this is what happens when you use what's called your peripheral vision. And so you actually can test out how far your peripheral vision goes if you take your hands and you spread them way out to the sides. And you will notice that if you are looking ahead of you and you wiggle your fingers, you can see them wiggling just out of frame. But if you were to look intently at that person in front of you, it would be harder to see. So there's a soft focus and a hard focus. If you do any taking pictures or recording video, very similar things happen. You can change the different type of focus depending on what you are doing.
And you don't have to use just your arms when you're playing mirror, but those are probably the easiest limbs of our body to control in a slow manner. The faster you start moving when you're doing your mirror, the harder it gets for your mirror to be able to follow you.
And then remember the goal is not to dupe your partner. You don't want them to have a hard time following you. You want them to move with you. You want to move in sync together. And this will help you as you are understanding the person across from you, because eventually you kind of sync up and you kind of can guess what the other person is doing. So take some time, find a family member at home. A human being tends to work better than a pet or the mirror, but we want you to give a try at home. So find a partner and be a mirror.
Well, that wraps up our time for today. Thanks to our Tin Pan Knights for helping out the Living Scarecrows. Thanks to Allison and her friends for doing some singing with us. And thanks to the Tin Can Film Club. Let us know if you have a movie you want them to review. And we really hope you enjoy your mere activity. I hope you get to understanding the people around you even better. And as always, thanks for watching. Journey on.